Today, we're going to dissect one of the most powerful phrases in personal finance, a phrase that promises rewards, access, even a certain status, all for nothing. But what is the actual cost? Let's look at the numbers.
Lifetime free. It sounds powerful, a permanent advantage. But in the world of finance, free is rarely ever free. It is simply a cost that's been moved out of sight. You're meant to feel like you've discovered a loophole, a financial cheat code that gives you all the benefits of credit with none of the downside. This feeling is by design. And that gets to the core illusion, getting something for nothing. But let's be analytical for a moment. Credit card issuers are multi-billion-dollar corporations. Their business model is not built on generosity. It is built on cold, hard mathematics. This leads us to this central question. If you are not paying an annual fee, who is? And how? The answer reveals the real engine that powers the entire credit card industry. You see, that word free only applies to one specific charge, the annual fee. The actual business is funded by several other revenue streams, most of which are far less obvious to the average cardholder. First, and by far the most significant, is interest, the APR on balances you carry from one month to the next. Second, interchange fees. That's a small percentage paid by the merchant every single time you use your card. And then there's a list of penalty fees, late fees, cash advance fees, and balance transfer fees. So, while you might not pay an annual fee, the system has numerous other ways to generate its revenue. Now, to really understand this model, you need to know that banks sort all of their users into two fundamental groups. Which group you fall into determines whether you are a cost to them or a significant source of their profit. On one side, we have transactors. These individuals treat their credit card like a payment tool, paying off their balance in full every month. They never pay a cent in interest. On the other side are the revolvers. They carry a balance forward month after month, allowing compound interest to accumulate. The entire profit model is engineered to maximize revenue from this second group. Let's be perfectly clear about this. The rewards points, the cashback, the perks that transactors enjoy, they are funded almost entirely by the interest and fees paid by revolvers. Without that group, the reward system as we know it could not exist. So let's examine the tangible financial impact on those who fall into the revolver category. This is the point where a free card can become incredibly expensive. We'll begin with a very common credit card balance, $5,000. And we'll pair that with a typical annual percentage rate, or APR, for a no-fee rewards card, 24%. This number is the most critical variable in the entire equation. Now, let's break down the math if you only make minimum payments. In year one, you will pay approximately $1,150 in interest alone, yet your balance only decreases by about $200. After 3 years of payments, you will have paid over $3,000 in pure interest, and you still owe over $4,000 of the original debt. The card didn't have a $99 annual fee, no. The real cost was thousands of dollars paid out over the course of years. The price wasn't a fee you paid up front, it was time and the unrelenting power of compound interest. And then we must discuss another trap, often buried in the fine print, the penalty APR. If you miss a single payment, your interest rate can jump to 28 or even 30%. That instant 20% discount you got for signing up for a store card can very quickly become a debt that follows you for years. Now that we've seen the model and its risks, let's talk about how to reverse the equation. How do you make this system work for you instead of against you? How do you ensure you are always the transactor? The strategy is straightforward, but it requires unwavering discipline. Rule number 1, always pay the statement balance in full every single month. There are no exceptions. Track your due dates meticulously. Use the card for planned expenses, not for impulse buys, and never take a cash advance. This is the only way to collect the rewards while paying none of the costs. Here is a visual representation of the two outcomes. The revolver pays over $1,000 in interest. The transactor, with the exact same spending habits, pays $0 and earns $100 in rewards. The financial outcomes are a perfect mirror image of one another. One user's loss directly funds the other user's gain. So let's redefine the term we started with. Lifetime free means one thing and one thing only: no annual membership fee. It does not mean no cost, it does not mean no interest, it does not mean no risk, and it certainly does not mean no consequences. Ultimately, a credit card is simply a financial tool. It is neutral. It is an amplifier of the financial habits you already possess. The math of the system is constant. Your behavior is the variable that determines the outcome.